took an outstanding effort by Trevor Cahill to end the Tribe's 7-game winning streak last night. Today, the Indians look to start a new run as Genmar Gomez seeks his first win of 2011. We promise we won't trip you up. It's the Tribe and the A's next on Sports Time Ohio. It's a warm, sunny day here in Oakland, California, as the Indians and the A's conclude this 3-game series here at the Coliseum. Hi again, everyone. I'm Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Two teams have split the first 2 games, thanks in part last night to David DeJesus of the A's, who hadn't hit a home run in 55 games. But sure enough, he saw the Cleveland Indians, and he reverted back to his old ways.
Well, the first hit that Josh Tomlin has given up in the first inning was an 0-2 fastball. He tried to sneak it by him inside. He turned on it. The second home run came on a changeup. He drilled it to right center, put a good swing on that ball. We shouldn't be surprised because David DeJesus has played again tough against the Indians when he was with Kansas City. Over 300 batting average, 7 home runs, and he's done very well against the Central Division.
Yeah, lost in last night's defeat was a terrific outing by Josh Tomlin. They'll look to get another great outing today from Genmar Gomez, and they'll probably need it because left-hander Brett Anderson of Oakland has thrown the ball extremely well this year.
And today's pitching matchup brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200. Genmar looking for his first win this year. In his last start, gave up 10 hits against the Tigers in 5 2/3 innings. So hopefully this ballpark will yield better for him, matched up against a tough left-hander. In his career, he's 2 starts, 1-0. He hasn't given up many runs at all. Coming off a tough start against the Texas Rangers, he didn't have his control. He walked 4 and got hit around.
Day baseball here in the Bay Area. Indians and the A's. We've got it for you next right here on Sports Time Ohio. Today here at the Coliseum in Oakland, the Cleveland Indians will try to win this series against the A's. If the Tribe accomplishes that, it will be their 6th series win of the season. Last year they didn't get their 6th series win until June 13th when they took 2 out of 3 from the Washington Nationals. Let's take a look at the Indians starting lineup. It's brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. For Manny Acta's club today, it's Michael Brantley, Asdrubal Cabrera, and Shin-Soo Choo. Shelley Duncan starting at first base today. Travis After will DH, and then Orlando Cabrera bats 6th. Austin Kearns is in left. Jack Hanahan at 3rd, and Lou Marson starting behind the plate and will bat 9th.
Well, Brett Anderson, the 23-year-old, making the start, the left-hander for Oakland A's, 2-2, coming off probably, he said, what he considered his worst start since high school. And he has 1 complete game. It was against the Texas Rangers. He walked 4, gave up 3 home runs, and really struggled in that game. And normally he's got pretty good control. He's got the good fastball, the back foot slider to right-handers. And left-handers is actually, they're hitting over 300, and there's 4 left-handers in Maniacta's lineup today. So let's check out the defense behind Brett Anderson this afternoon. In the outfield, left to right, it's Jackson, Sweeney, and DeJesus. On the infield, third to first, LaRoche, Pennington, Ellis, and Barton, with Suzuki back behind the plate this afternoon.
Rick, I think the umpires, unless they knew something that nobody else knew, they've delayed the start of this game just a couple of minutes to 12:37. But everything printed on all the notes, on all the schedules, the media guides all says 12:35. But Jim Wolf motioning to the Angels or the A's dugout that they're waiting till 37 minutes after the hour before we start. That's why Brett Anderson, who was all ready to go, was told to hold his horses. Meanwhile, the umpiring crew today, as you saw there, Jim Wolf calling the balls and strikes. Darrell Cousins, the crew chief, at first. Jim Joyce at second. Ron Copa down at third. So we're waiting for another minute to click off the clock here before we can get underway. And we are the only people televising this game today. Oakland's TV crew not doing the game today. But again, I think there was just maybe a miscommunication here.
No, I think Murph told the umpires. He went down to talk to him before the game, and Jim Murphy says it's a 37th start, and STO has a lot of pull.
All right, blame it on Murph. I like it. Now we are ready to go. Michael Brantley in the leadoff spot today. Grady Sizemore getting a day off. And a first pitch strike. The 0-1. Fisted over to third. LaRoche throws out Michael Brantley. One quick out here in the first inning. It is Cinco de Mayo, and Atleticos on the jerseys of the A's here today.
Atleticos.
I like that, huh?
Yes, indeed.
As Dribble Cabrera steps in, and he fouls it up the third base side. 77 degrees, our game time temperature today here in Oakland. Warm and plentiful sunshine here in the Bay Area once again. Ground ball towards short. Cliff Pennington guns it over, 2 down. Might be as nice a 3-game series weather-wise as we've ever seen.
Without a question. Normally this is the October weather.
There's Josh Tomlin, who pitched dynamite last night, but was on the short end of that game. Trevor Cahill was just a little bit better. And the A's bullpen shut the Indians down on 1 run.
Pitched a dandy, that's for sure. Anderson, a guy, as I mentioned, he's a fastball slider guy. He will throw the slow curve to the left-handed hitters to back him off, use it more of an off-speed pitch like that right there. To the right-handers, they'll use that hard back foot slider. But he is a big guy.
1-1 to chew.
Foul back, 6'4", 233 pounds. Came to the A's for Danny Herron and about 5 other guys. Dana Evelyn, Chris Carter, that big strong power hitter they have down at AAA. And with the way they need power, I'm surprised we don't see him up here.
The 1-2 to chew. Just a little bit. I got a piece of that, sorry. 2-2. Chew 0 for 6. He has walked 3 times in the series. And now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shelley Duncan would be next here in the first if Chew keeps the inning alive. Payoff pitch. Bounced to second. Ellis throws him out, and the Indians go 1-2-3. Oakland comes to bat when we return to the Coliseum. Bottom of the first here in Oakland. And let's have a look at Bob Guerin's starting lineup for the A's. David DeJesus in the leadoff spot today. Eric Barton batting second, then Connor Jackson and Josh Willingham. Ryan Sweeney back in the lineup hitting fifth. Kurt Suzuki, after sitting out last night, also back in there. Bottom third, Mark Ellis, Andy LaRoche, and Cliff Pennington.
Jedmar Gomez making his third start this year, the first time he has ever faced the Oakland A's. He is 0-1, 623. He's given up a lot of hits, 22 hits in his 13 innings. Has walked 3, 8 punch outs. He had a lot of base runners in his last start against the Tigers.
And David DeJesus takes a strike. DeJesus, who hit 2 home runs in last night's game, said afterwards he had never hit 2 home runs in a game in his life, not even back in Little League, that he ever hit 2 homers in one game. But he said recently he felt like his swing was starting to come around, and last night he was able to drive 2 pitches out of here.
Well, the first one he hit out was an 0-2 pitch.
Fastball, and then the changeup, he said he was able to stay back and drive it out to right center field. 1-1 to count. Excuse me, 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. As you see Josh Tomlin, who gave up those 2 home runs, and Tomlin said afterwards, you know, if I'd have been a little more careful with DeJesus, maybe the outcome would have been different. I think that's been a little too hard on himself.
Well, it certainly is. When you go up and actually should only given up 2 hits. And actually the 2 runs. Anytime he pitched 7 2/3 innings, they did get an unearned run in the 8th.
Only the 5th unearned run allowed by the Indians this year.
Right. So no, that is too hard. You pitch like that every game, you got a really good chance to win.
Gomez misses badly, and the count goes full, 3-2. Eric Barton waits on deck, then Connor Jackson for the A's here in the first. And he's walked the leadoff man.
Batting second.
Another look at the 3-2 pitch.
It's going to go inside, just a little bit low.
Derek Barton 1 for 4 in the series. Back to the mound. Gomez goes to second for 1. Cabrera kicks the bag onto first. And just like that, a double play.
Another way to come back. Let's check out the Indians defense, sponsored by Home Depot. In the outfield, Kearns, Brantley, and Chu. It'll be Hanahan at third, Asdrubal at short. Orlando at second. Duncan gets the start at first with Lou Marshall behind the plate. That's more savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Brings up Connor Jackson, 0 for 3 last night. So the ball up high. The A's are batting just .237 as a team this year, and that's the 4th lowest team batting average in the American League.
Well, they've been changing their lineup quite often to try and find one that works. You know, when you're struggling to score runs. 13th in the league there. They're 12th in home runs. They've hit 18 as a team. This is a better ballpark to pitch in, and I think that they're leading the league in ERA as far as their pitching goes. They did last year as well, so they're going to play a lot of low-scoring 1-2 run ball games.
Manager Bob Guerin looking on as Connor Jackson in a good count, 2-0. Takes us pretty good, but it's called ball 3. And there is a called strike. It's 3-1. Gomez delivers. And it's drilled deep to left field. It's over the head of Austin Kearns, and it's off his glove. And into second base is Connor Jackson with 2 down here in the first inning.
Well, had to go into him. He didn't want to walk him. And 3-1 pitch, and Jackson hits a ball hard, man. You get a 3-1 pitch, fastball right there. It did go off the glove of Kearns. He had the right beat on it. He's going to go back, turns back around, puts his glove up, just can't hold on to it. Goes off the end of his glove. It'd be a double for Jackson, his 6th of the year. So Oakland will have an opportunity now with 2 outs to try and get on the board.
Josh Willingham looks at a first pitch strike. Willingham DHing today 0 for 3 in last night's game. Hit on the ground just wide of the bag and foul. See how things shake out, but Carlos Carrasco is ready to make a rehab start in the minor leagues at AA Akron, and he could rejoin the Indians rotation on the next homestand. A little bit outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, the difference between Carrasco and Talbot is that Talbot has missed more time, so he's got to go.
He's got to
work his way
back up.
Yeah, he's got to work his way back up.
Now the 1-2. Chopped towards third. It's fair. Hanahan bobbled it, and that cost him. So the A's are at the corners. 2 down, and the inning continues.
Well, when you're back with 2 strikes, 2 outs, you're playing deeper. He tops his ball, and Jack had to run in to try and make that play. He got to it, but when he was running in to try and make that play, watch the bobble. Gets to the ball, and he just didn't transfer it in time. And that little hiccup right there, you can see where Willingham beats it out. They will give him a base hit. And there you see the throw, and he beats it out. So 1st and 3rd with 2 outs.
And that brings up Ryan Sweeney. And there's a first pitch strike. Sweeney 1 for 2 with a walk. He played in the series opener Tuesday night. Sat out last night's game, back in there today. Coco Crisp getting the day off. The 0-1 pitch outside to even the count. Jackson the runner at third. Willingham at first with 2 down in the first. The way this first inning has gone, Gomez would be good just to survive it. The 1-1 pitch. Ball just tipped off the end of the glove of Austin Kearns in left field, and Jack Hanahan couldn't come up with a ground ball cleanly at third, so the A's still batting and threatening. This will be pitch number 20 of the inning for Genmar Gomez. In the air, right field. Chu has a beat on it, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left aboard. After 1, no score in Oakland. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by McDonald's. Get a home run with a delicious frappe or real fruit smoothie from McDonald's. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. No score, second inning. And leading off for the Tribe will be Shelley Duncan. And then Travis Hafner and Orlando Cabrera. Brett Anderson goes right at him with the first pitch strike. In the air, right field. De Jesus grabs it one away. Get a look at our AT&T trivia question today. Get after it early, give you more time to think about it. 3 pitchers in Major League history have 100 or more wins and 300 plus saves. Can you name them? Well, the first one that comes to mind is the guy right here in Oakland, Dennis Eckersley, Hall of Famer. Of course, started his career so brilliantly as a starter with the Indians. Then was the dominant closer for the A's here in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Travis Hafner, 2 for 4 in the series. One ball, one strike. Low, able to lay off. Fouled over past the Indians dugout. Was able to pinch hit in the first game of this series and then played last night. Back in there again today. Rounds this one to the second baseman Mark Ellis. And there are 2 quick outs here in the second inning. STOHD.com is your web source for Ohio sports. Today at STOHD.com, Greg Popelka takes a look back at former Indian Ray Mack, a local product who attended what became Case Western Reserve. Learn more at STOHD.com. 2 down for Orlando Cabrera. Orlando 2 for 5 in the series. He delivered the go-ahead RBI single in a series opener that propelled the Tribe to victory, which was their 4th straight win in their last at bat. Quickly, it's 0-2.
He likes to work quickly, get the ball and get after it.
A little bit outside. Not overpowering, but you can tell Rick he's got very good command of that fastball. And he throws that breaking ball.
Yeah, back foot slider they call it.
A couple of different ways he can go with it. As you mentioned, with the left-handers up there, he'll make it slow and a little bit bigger.
You'll say it comes down, but he didn't get that one. He went for the shot for the back door. Tried to get him to roll over on it.
There it is. More of a slurvy breaking ball.
You know, and that was his problem in his last start. He didn't have control. He walked 4 guys, gave up 3 home runs to the Texas Rangers. That's the only game they lost in that series here in his last start. Ouch, right off the front foot. Get out there and try and hit it off the ankle.
Count remains 1-2. once he knows you've hit it off your foot, he's going to keep on trying to bury it inside there.
Yeah, the hitters know they're. He's got one pitch, so he can try and buzz him outside.
Might be coming right here. There's that fastball low and away.
Just a change from being 2 or 3 pitches inside, take his eyes off that part of the plate, go outside, get him looking out there, and come back in.
Came right back with it and struck him out. Gets his first K. 6 up, 6 down for the Tribe. Middle of the second. No score here in Oakland. No score, bottom of the second in Oakland. Kurt Suzuki, Mark Ellis, Andy LaRoche, all 3 right-handed hitters due up for the A's here in the second. And that's the way to beat the Heat. Big old sombrero.
Boy, I don't know where you can hide today. You got to go up underneath that almost before the second level to seek some shade today.
There's a fan in the right field seats. There he is with the big umbrella. That's another way to do it.
Oh yeah, way out there.
A couple of different umbrella toting fans here today. Got it made in the shade. Suzuki 0 for 4 Tuesday night in the series opener. Drove in the A's only run with a ground out. Rolling to the count. Topper foul.
Suzuki was just activated, reinstated, I should say, from the paternity leave list. That was Friday, so he's been in 5 games since his return. 6 for 20 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs after they had their first child in the Suzuki family.
Something new.
Yes, that list.
The paternity.
Right, yes it is.
Leave.
Where you're on there for what, less than a week or something like that.
0-2 pitch. A little bit low and away. Mark Ellis is on deck. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Drilled to center, but right there is Michael Brantley. 1 away. Here's our great clip of the game from last night. Josh Tomlin really turned in a dynamite performance. He threw 7 innings. No Oakland A had reached base except for DeJesus, who homered twice. So Josh Tomlin never even pitched out of the stretch until we got into that 8th inning.
That is true. He really did. He threw the ball well again. But it goes to show you in this game, he was matched up against a pretty tough customer, Trevor Cahill, as well. You make 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, it can cost you a ball game at this level. But he has been brilliant so far this year.
Mark Ellis has a look at a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 on the A's second baseman. There's Trevor Cahill, who outpitched him last night.
They were both coming into the game 4-0. Cahill ended up going to 5-0.
The Indians had some opportunities against Cahill, but they all seemed late. Two out hits.
Right.
Try and start rallies. Tough way to go.
Could not string anything together.
2-2 the count. Now it's all right-handers. 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. His dribble Cabrera. Flips it over. 2 down.
Well, the first ever Indians Music Festival will take place. That'll Saturday, June 11th. Presented by Discount Drug Mart. Of course, we all know it's Brad Paisley, Blake Shelton, Jared Neiman, plus 7 other artists. Tickets on sale now. Be sure to pick up a copy of tomorrow's Plain Dealer for a special ticket discount offer.
Two down for Andy LaRoche. Pitch is down low, ball 1. Hitless in the series. And takes a strike. Kevin Kuzminoff for the A's has just been mired in a slump. And part of it's a mental slump. Defensively, he's had some problems. Bounce toward third. Hanahan fields that cleanly and throws him out. The A's go 1-2-3, and after 2 innings of play, no score here in Oakland. Back here top of the third, want to remind you to stay tuned later in the game to see our Miller Taste Greatness moment. Might be a few Miller Lights being poured out there in the crowd this afternoon. It is warm here in Oakland, 77 at game time, and not a cloud in the sky. Bottom third of the Indians order due up here. Austin Kearns, Jack Hanahan, and Lou Marson. There's that slow breaking ball to a right-hander, and it's in for a first pitch strike to Kearns.
Well, when you can throw that first pitch, you keep guys off fastballs that are good fastball hitters.
Kearns with a drive to deep center. and has Sweeney racing back, and he makes the catch. When Austin gave it a ride, but give Sweeney credit, he went back on the dead run and made a difficult catch. One down.
Well, you hit it to the biggest part of the ballpark. Maybe he juices it. I mean, straight away 400, and it's going to be a bright, high sky today. But Sweeney, a good jump on it, tracks it down. You're looking back up, you can see he has the glasses, not the flip downs, the ones that stay down.
One down for Jack Hanahan. Fastball for a strike. What makes Anderson difficult for right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters is his ability to throw his breaking balls, off-speed pitches, for strikes. And in his last start against Texas, when he got roughed up, he had trouble finding the strike zone with his off-speed pitch. The Rangers were able to basically reduce him to a one-pitch pitcher, and that's the name of the game for hitters.
Well, here's a guy, he's breezed through this lineup the first 2 innings, and that ball hit hard by Kearns, a guy you can bunt on. This is for somebody that has the wheels, make a move around, not a good fielding pitcher. The biggest multimedia presentation of the year. Fireworks, lights, scoreboard, and rock and roll. It's the award-winning Rock and Blast. That'll take place July 29th and 30th. Visit Indians.com for the event. Ticket information or call 216-420-HITS.
Lou Marson looks at the ball up high. Lou making the start behind the plate here today. Back out of play. It's his 8th start behind the dish. And the Tribe has gone 5-2 in his previous 7 starts. Against the left-handers, Marson is 6 for 10 with 5 runs driven in. Good breaking ball. He has really been able to throw it at any point. First pitch, late in the at bat. He's ahead 1-2. And Marson with a ground ball routine to Mark Ellis. The Indians go in order again. 9 up, 9 down for Brett Anderson. We are scoreless heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Lots of youngsters here in the ballpark today. Gorgeous sunny afternoon here in Oakland, California. Tribe fans, they're wearing the Wahoo gear. Got the crooked C. Love the old 70s crooked C hat. In fact, it looks like that might be from the 70s.
That's okay. Retro, baby.
Yeah. Cliff Pennington, David DeJesus, and Derek Barton for the A's here in the third. Pennington a 1 for 6 in the series. The Oakland shortstop switch hitter. Yanmar Gomez, 34 pitches through the first 2 frames. Has retired 4 in a row. You know, I was starting to think last night when we were talking about the ballpark here in Oakland and how it's changed over the years with the addition of the seats in the outfield that were basically, not basically, they were put in because of football to accommodate the Oakland Raiders. But this now is the only real stadium other than, I guess, maybe Toronto in the Skydome, where you've got an enclosed feature, almost like the old 70s styles cookie cutter ballparks, you know, where you had seats high in the outfield. I just wondered from your perspective how that maybe changes the outfielders when it comes to tracking down fly balls. Pennington strikes out to start the third. Does it distort it or change the flight of the ball, the path of the ball at all?
No. The more decks you have out there, the easier it is. I think you pick up the baseball as long as see, they have this. The upper deck, it's all greened out.
Off,
you know, they're tarped off. So it's a good background. It's green. You can see everything.
Pick it up pretty well.
Yeah, you certainly can. It's when it gets above and it gets up into the sky and things that it gets pretty tough. This used to be a great view without looking at that monstrosity out in center field.
Now David DeJesus walked his first time up, looks at the ball down low.
And they may have had some of the best hecklers in the world in the outfield in the seats back then. I mean to tell you, they came up with some really good lines. I can't share them with you on television, but they were funny.
The 1-0 pitch. Rounded to third, hand-to-hand with a nice scoop. And he throws out DeJesus 2 away. You probably had to keep yourself from letting them know that you were laughing, huh? When they throw a good barb at you. Here's the Indians minor league report. It's brought to you by Kia. Last night at Lake County, Mike Rail, 7 innings, 1 hit allowed. How about that? 11 strikeouts. He's 3-0 with a 2.18. The Indians' 15th round pick in 09. Off to a great start. And a strike to Derek Barton, who hit into a double play on the first pitch he saw in the first inning.
I think it was Miguel Delaney who played out here before coming to Cleveland when he was chasing some people around with a bat. When he was
they got on him that well. They got into their skin, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, who was it? Was it Frank Francisco in the bullpen down there because it's so close to the seats? He got into an altercation with a fan.
You know, it's like Raider fans. You know, you watch a football game here and you can see how they look, and I'm sure how wild they are. They're the same way here out for baseball.
Just a lot less of them.
True. Well, you want more of them so that way you wouldn't hear them.
A little bit outside. Good pitch by Gomez. The 2-2. Foul away again. You always said small crowds are harder to play in front of because you can literally hear individual voices.
Yeah. Well, plus you motivate yourself, you know, to get you going. I mean, it's nice when you have a big crowd and they get into it. You have a good ball game, and we've had good ball games in this ballpark. But yeah, you've got to search from within, man, and get rolling.
2-2 pitch. High pop. Jude couldn't find it in the sun. It doesn't matter. He wouldn't get to it, I don't think, anyway, and Duncan can't grab it.
That is a tough play for an infielder going back. I don't care who you are. And Shelley doesn't have glasses, but he's looking back up into that high sky. And Cabrera coming over, I'm thinking it would have been an easier play for the second baseman, but I don't know where he came from. But you see Duncan going back. Normally, see, he took a bad angle on it, and Duncan had it. I'm sure it'll go as an error. We'll see, because it is such a tough play. He had it there and it hits him off the wrist.
When I saw Chu's reaction initially, both palms were up. He never saw it up in the sky.
It's tough to see. This guy, I mean, you can lose a baseball in it. People think, okay, the ball is in the air, you can just go catch it. Not as easy as it looks here. You know, first basemen are not used to running down the line like that to catch a ball. Now that's what you're looking up to. When I said if it stays in the crowd and everything, it's fine. But once it gets above that the bleachers, it's tough to see. And Chu may be looking up into the sun.
And because he would have had such a long run to get there, it only took a little moment's hesitation, and then he's out of the play. Barton stays alive, but Orlando Cabrera will throw him out. And the Indians are out of the inning. Boy, Gomez has settled in nicely. He's retired 7 Oakland hitters in a row. Score, 4th inning. Indians and the A's in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Tribe winning the first game. Oakland holding on for the victory last night to even things up. Indians bringing the best record in the American League into today's game at 20-9. 4.5 game lead over Kansas City in the division. Oakland, meanwhile, at 16-15, but just a game behind the Angels and the Rangers. Angels are thumping Boston 11-0 at Fenway Park.
That win in last night's ball game really did them. They had what, a 7.5-hour game.
Yeah, 5 hours of baseball, 2.5 hours of rain delay.
They ended up winning it in the extra innings. I think it was 13 innings. So they played to about 2:30 in the morning. After today's game, they got to fly all the way. We'll beat them back to L.A.
Michael Brantley rolls it over to second base. Anderson making it look pretty easy here in the early going. Let's go back to the studios right now for an in-game update. Al Pulaski has the latest from the Motor City.
Now batting, 13, Asdrubal Cabrera.
All right, Al, and the Tigers now within 2 games of the 500 mark.
Now, the Yankees always have a tough time in Detroit for whatever reason.
Derek Jeter sitting out today's game for the Yankees. There's been some talk about whether or not he's 100% healthy. He insists he's fine, but sitting out just for rest today. The 0-2 to Cabrera up high. And he struck him out. I think it sounded like he got a little piece of that, but Suzuki hung on. And there are 2 down here in the 4th.
It's been a little different Brett Anderson, hasn't it, in this start compared to his last start. A little breaking ball down and away, swings over the top. Don't know if he got a piece of it, but it went right into the glove of Suzuki. Gets his 2nd strikeout, and it's been 11 straight retired by Anderson.
Shin-Soo Choo grounded to second base his first time up. And a routine bouncer to short. Pennington throws him out. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score here in Oakland.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your
Home half of the 4th at the Coliseum here in Oakland. The A's got their 2 hits with 2 outs in the first inning. Since then, they have been shut down by Jeanmar Gomez, who has retired 7 in a row. And he's going to have to keep matching Brett Anderson 0 for 0 because the A's left-hander looks like he is on top of his game today. Center field, Michael Brantley. 1 pitch, 1 out. Scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one.
now batting, designated hitter, number 16.
Josh Willingham, the A's DH. The last Oakland hitter to reach base in this game. And a little ground ball toward third that Jack Hanahan, who was playing deep at the time, had to rush in on. He fielded it cleanly, but in the transfer to his bare hand, he bobbled it, and that enabled Willingham to beat it out at first. Ruled a hit, but I'm sure Jack Hanahan would be the first to tell you I should have had him on that play. The 0-1. But when you're transferring and you're moving and you're on the run, it's not a simple play.
You know, a couple of plays here. You know, Hanahan, it's a base hit. He's played brilliantly at third base. That ball Duncan had, the Indians have just been out of reach. The ball
scorched to right, and I mean right at Choo. He took a couple of steps to his right and gloves it for out number 2.
Well, come on out. The newest hotspot out of Progressive Field is the Time Warner Cable Bleachers. The reason that's $10 a ticket. Great buy, good view. So visit Indians.com and check out the bleacher seats.
Ryan Sweeney fly to right and the first inning. We'll fly down the coast to Anaheim and open a 3-game weekend series against the Angels tomorrow night. 10 o'clock start tomorrow night, 9 o'clock start on Saturday, and then a late afternoon 3:30 start on Sunday. All 3 games right here on Sports Time Ohio. Up and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Justin Masterson, Tyler Chatwood tomorrow night. Line foul.
Well, this is already our second trip out west. Very first road trip of the year. Remember, we stopped in Seattle, went down to LA, so it'll be our second stop to play the Angels. So not the first time. And then the A's, the only time they will come to Cleveland is what, I think in August, and they will come for a 4-game series. So we only play them 7 times this year. But as of today, that game you were talking about, the Boston Red Sox getting smoked, them and the Angels are done for the year.
Ryan Sweeney with a base hit to center field snaps a string of 9 in a row retired by Genmar Gomez. And it comes with 2 outs here in inning number 4, brings up Kurt Suzuki. He lined out to center back in the second. Pitch strike. Genmar Gomez closing in on the 60 pitch mark. This will be number 59 on the afternoon. Popped up, shallow left. As Drupal Cabrera says he has it, and he does. Genmar Gomez continues to throw up zeros. And after 4 innings of play in Oakland, we are still scoreless.
is brought to you by United, proud to fly the Cleveland Indians. By your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. It's time to join the Hyundai movement. And by Panini's. Get overstuffed at any one of 18 locations in Northeast Ohio.
No score, fifth inning. Here in Oakland, it will be Shelley Duncan, Travis Hafner, and Orlando Cabrera for the Indians. Brett Anderson, 8 ground ball outs, a couple of fly ball outs, and 2 strikeouts. The hardest hit ball of this game came back in the third inning off the bat of Austin Kearns. He drilled one to deep center that Ryan Sweeney made a terrific catch going straight back. Other than that, Anderson has really been cruising along. He's only made 45 pitches. 33 of those have been strikes.
Yeah, total control. Like any time that the Indians come into this area, they've had trouble since 2003 here in Oakland. When you look at trying to win a series, and they have the verge. I mean, they're on the verge, and they have the opportunity to win 2 out of 3. And
0-2 was the last time that happened.
That's
hard
exactly
to believe.
Right. It's very hard to believe. For whatever reason, you just come in here. It used to be back in the 90s when we showed that clip of Chris James. They'd come in here when the A's were a very good team. The Indians couldn't lose. They'd come in here and they'd win a lot of games. But
line to center field and a diving catch by Sweeney. Unbelievable. Boy, he has made 2 terrific catches here this afternoon to take at least 2 hits away from the Indians.
Now this one a really tough play because you have to get a good jump on it, which he did, and he continued to come in and he just gets that glove right underneath it and makes a beautiful catch. I'll tell you, this is not that the ball was hit hard, little jam shot, and there you see Anderson liking it.
And now Travis Hafner, who grounded out to second his first time up.
Yeah, so Sweeney's been tested. He made the play going back. Now the play coming in.
Hafner with a bullet backhanded stop by Barton, but he kicks it out of his glove, and Hafner is aboard at first. Boy, that was a line shot that Barton made a terrific stop on, but then it rolled free.
You know what? It's got to be a base hit.
And it is.
You know, you go out there, and I know if he made this play, then I'm starting to think, Matt, this is possible no hitter when they're starting to make plays like this. But he did. He got there, and in that transfer, as he was going to get up and flip it over to Anderson, it falls out of his glove. It was outstanding effort, but Hafner's credited with a base hit.
Now Orlando Cabrera struck out his first time up. Well, the Indians have their first base runner. There's that big curveball in for a strike. You think of Barry Zito, who had that big overhand hammer curveball for the Oakland A's. You just don't see a lot of pitchers with that big looping curveball anymore.
Well, and that's when Zito was here. He used to throw the high fastball, and he threw a little harder than what he does now. Brett Anderson, though, he gets it up there about 92 to 93 in that area. He throws harder than Zito did. But his curveball is not as big. He will take something off. It's in the high 70s.
2 balls and a strike. Cabrera got down on the count, and then Anderson just kept throwing that slider, back foot slider. Orlando fouled a couple off of his foot and then eventually struck out. That evens the count at 2-2.
Back in there again.
When the Indians have scored first this year. They've had a lot of success. 13-2 when they score first, but they've gone 5 straight games without scoring first. And of course, we're scoreless here into the 5th inning.
It helps too the way they played at home this year. They've been able to come back. You mentioned the 4 straight comeback wins or last at bat wins.
That streak snapped last night.
It's always nice, though, I think, when you get on the road and you can score first. If you remember that last trip out west, it was the Asdrubal Cabrera show where he would hit the home run, hit 3 home runs in the first inning and also a triple.
Yep.
So they were scoring early.
After a short lead at first, 2-2 pitch. Orlando fouls it off. Just looks like Indians hitters have had a tough time squaring Anderson up today.
Well, he's mixed his pitches up well. This Oakland staff is solid. They are so good.
There was a lot of hype preseason about this staff, but so far they've, for the most part, lived up to it.
They're going to live up to it. They're pitching well. They're trying to score runs. They've always had problems, and they said if they could score runs, boy, it's going to be tough. And now he's putting together a really good at bat here, fouling off a lot of his pitches and making Anderson work. You know, you think about it when they get their closer back, Bailey, who's down, and he threw some batting practice yesterday, about 30 pitches. You know, this is going to make it better for these guys. They're just very stingy. They don't give up a lot of runs. And you look at that ERA, it's 2.6.
Ninth pitch of the at bat right here. Cabrera strikes out.
Yeah, he got him to go out of the zone.
3rd K for Anderson, 2 down in the 5th.
Yeah, he helped him out. He finally saw something away, and Orlando figured, I'm going to go get it. It was a good fastball out of the zone. That's what the 2-strike protect mode, and that's what all those pitches on the inside do. You see, even though you may not look in there, you don't go out to hit that ball in the outside corner.
There's Austin Kearns. He slammed the ball to deep center his last time up. Ryan Sweeney on the dead run straight back in center field, able to catch it. Just inside, 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Kansas City beating up Baltimore at Kauffman Stadium. 8-1 Royals there in the 7th.
That's where the A's will head out and play Kansas City next.
2-1 pitch. Little slow chopper towards 3rd. LaRoche, barehand grab and throw. Not in time. Kearns just barely beats it out. Terrific effort by LaRoche. Barehand grab and throw all in one motion.
Well, infield hit.
Couple of hits here in the inning have the Indians threatening.
You know, playing back again. And you see how deep he was playing. The only thing he could do was come in, desperation, make the barehanded throw. Made a terrific throw. And it is as close as you could get. Nice stretch by Barton. Bang, bang at first base. He's called safe. It'll be an infield hit. And now the Indians have an opportunity with a runner in scoring position for Hanahan.
Jack Hanahan grounded out to second his first time up.
He's been pretty good in this situation during the year.
Now, one thing to remember, should Hanahan get a base hit right here, not a guarantee that Hafner can score from second base with that ankle. I mean, he's playing, but that ankle's still not what you would say 100%.
Well, then concentrate on getting that good jump as soon as he sees the ball in play. Go.
Bouncing ball to first. Barton on the big hop will go himself. And the A's, Brett Anderson gets out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and we are still scoreless. The Cinco de Mayo fans all out here in full
Why
force
not?
today.
Atletico jersey, Cinco de Mayo fans.
The sombreros. And,
Pick up a birthday wish. Jesse Johnson, 48 of Cleveland. Happy birthday on Cinco de Mayo. And our old friend, I'm going to send it out, although he won't hear, is Charlie Nagy. His birthday
That's
on
right.
Cinco de Mayo. Got to do that. Also, we want to...
Charlie will be celebrating that Angels 11-0 win. Oh, no, he's in Arizona.
Yeah, he's in Arizona.
Right.
You got to look National League over there. They're playing tonight. We want to say hello to Owen Smith. Hope everything's going well with Owen, Barto's nephew. What did he do?
Broke his leg, so.
Oh boy.
Hope you're
That's
feeling
not
better.
Good. It's not a happy Cinco de Mayo.
No. Good thing is when you're a kid, things heal faster than when you break your leg as an adult.
That is true.
Break anything for that matter.
That's true. Did you ever break a bone when you were a kid?
No, luckily, never did. 1-0 pitch. I waited till I got older to have all of my mishaps.
Speaking of, your birthday's coming up too now that I think about it.
That's right.
Cinco de Diaz.
Dios de Mayo. Mark Ellis, Andy LaRoche, Cliff Pennington for the A's here in the bottom of the fifth. And first pitch, or excuse me, first strike makes the count 2-1. Gomez has pitched very well here today.
Yes,
number
he has.
63 coming up right here. Right side, but slicing out.
Well, that's been the MO. With our starting pitchers, they've been solid. I mean, when you look at that bullpen, they've gone into the 6th and 7th inning so many times over the course of the first 30 games that, I mean, you're in every game, and it's all little things now. You carry 12 or 13 pitchers. You look at our long men down there; they've got cobwebs on.
Here's the 2-2, and it's a little bit outside. It's funny you mentioned that because last night after the ball game we were getting on the team bus and Justin Germano walked past me. I'm like, man, I forgot he was on
who's
this
the
team.
new guy?
Yeah, he hasn't pitched in so long, which is a good thing when you don't have to use your long.
It's a very good thing because it all equals out.
I pop Orlando shaking
He's
his
looking
eyes.
for help.
He can't get there.
He's looking for help. That's why he couldn't. See, Chu's upset with himself, but I could see struggling right there was Cabrera. That sun, it's not easy, and it's heading that way. He wanted no part of that ball because he didn't see that ball. He took 2 looks up, and I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Look,
I don't think Chu saw it either. If you looked at his reaction, I don't think he picked it up right away.
He couldn't have caught it either. I mean, that's just the second base. Look at, where are you? You're not there. I'm not going to get it. He doesn't see it. You look up. They're looking up into the sun right now. Awfully tough.
So a break for the A's. Leadoff man aboard here in the 5th. Andy LaRoche rounded 3rd. His only time up back in the 2nd inning.
You know, this is where you talk about they'll have the home field advantage because they know that sun. They play a lot of day games.
Well, that's twice already that I've seen Chu on a fly ball freeze instantly because he's losing it when it gets into the sky.
It is a tough ballpark in day games.
Well, from what we've seen so far, for whatever reason right now, because we can't see where the sun's positioned, it's behind us.
Right.
But the right fielder must have it the toughest because the center fielders haven't had any trouble.
No, and you know, Duncan doesn't have any sunglasses on anyway at first base. Not that it's in his face, but Cabrera does, and running out. I don't know if they're having a tough time picking it up too off the bat. That's when you say hit the ball on the ground. I'll pick it up there.
Yeah. One and one to count for LaRoche. Pitch out, but nothing doing.
I figure a hit and run is going to take place, but nothing happening. You know, you look at this team and you figure they're having a tough time scoring runs. Why wouldn't Bob Guerin maybe bunt more and try and get some of his starting pitchers, you know, the lead, especially early in the game? They only have 5 sacrifices on the year. But you're at a point now, the way Anderson's throwing, you know, you try and get that first lead. They caught a break, and there it is.
Oh, my. Gomez almost snatched it. It would have been a double play for sure. They do get the out at first, and now Ellis in the scoring position.
That's okay. They started the runner after the pitch out, and he hits it right back up the middle. And I'm also thinking if he doesn't touch it, it's a double play ball. Look where Cabrera's going. That would have been right there for a double play.
You are right on the money.
And then all of a sudden he deadens that ball, but he's able to get the out. So that's okay. At least you get one. If he doesn't touch it, it's a double play ball. If he catches it, it's a double play ball, but that ball was hit hard.
Cliff Pennington struck out his first time up. Foul back. We're only in the bottom of the 5th, but the way this game has been pitched on both sides, you just feel like one run could be a difference. Might be the only one we see in this game. The 0-1 delivery. High pop, foul territory. Over is Kearns. He's there and makes the grab. 2 down. Our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Brett Anderson was perfect through the first 4 to 3rd. And then Travis Hafner got an infield single. Austin Kearns also an infield single, but that has been it. He has struck out 3. Genmar Gomez, meanwhile, a couple of 2-out hits in the first. Then he retired the next 9 in a row. And he has been dynamite here this afternoon. One little sun-aided single here in the 5th is why that runner's at second base. By the way, you can find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. De Jesus walked in the first, grounded third in inning number 3. Down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Gomez checks that runner at second base. And in there for a strike. 2-1.
They're going to give in and give him the fastball. Marson called the change up there. Gomez hit the spot.
And his 75th pitch of the afternoon coming up right here. A little bit outside, 3-1. Base open. Left-handed hitter Derek Barton on deck. Gomez really has had no trouble with Barton. 3-1 pitch. Full count. And the payoff pitch is rope foul. Genmar Gomez quite possibly could be making his final start for the time being, with Carlos Carrasco expected to make a rehab start, and if all goes well in that rehab start, could rejoin the Indians rotation on the next homestand. But the way he has pitched here today, he has certainly done a heck of a job after struggling a little bit in his other outings. One out of the bullpen and a couple of starts before today. Payoff pitch. And it's ball 4. He's walked to Jesus twice. 2 on, 2 out. Now Derek Barton, who is 0 for 2. If you want opinions on Ohio sports, click on STOHD.com. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, Roger Brown writes it like he sees it. Don't like what he's saying? Let him know it and don't hold back. We know he won't. Read the latest from Roger Brown at STOHD.com. Trying to beat the heat with the Atleticos shirts they handed out here on Cinco de Mayo in Oakland. Gomez trying to get out of a little trouble here in the 5th. 2 on and 2 out. Runner at second, breaks for third. Marson's throw. Not in time. A little off the mark. Hanahan did well just to grab that and keep it from going into left field.
Well, you know what? They weren't really paying attention. Gomez has a tendency at times to fall asleep with base runners. That's 6 stolen base off him this year. 1 caught stealing. You know, you just... nothing you could do. The guy at first base, he just didn't pay attention to him, so he took off. And just make the catch. You don't want to throw that ball away. You still got the force out at second with 2 outs now. That's just, you know, not concentrating and making that runner stop at second base.
1-0 pitch. Swung out and missed, threw it by him. Remember, the only reason Ellis is on base is because a pop fly in the shallow right field was lost in the sun by both Orlando Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. Gomez trying to pick his defense up again here today. He did that in the first inning when Jack Hanahan bobbled a throw, a ball on, and couldn't get the good grip before he made the throw to first. He's had first and third with 2 down in that inning, but he got out of it. Right back. 1 and 2. Long look in for the Indians right-hander, and now he steps away. Just to reset. Now the 1-2 pitch. It's hit on the ground in the hole. A base hit, and Oakland scores first today. Into third goes to Jesus, who is running on the pitch. Derek Barton delivers, and Oakland has a 1-0 lead.
Looked like it was a changeup that he might have kept up in the zone a little bit, enabled him to turn over. With that man on first base, you got to get that changeup down and away. With 2 strikes, that's not a good pitch. The location of it anyway, he was able to top it, even though he got the ground ball. He gets it through into right field. Oakland jumps up top, 1-0.
Tim Belcher out to talk with both Gomez and Marson. And so it will go down officially as an earned run. But that's a really tough break for Genmar Gomez, who really should have been out of this inning. Should have been a 1-2-3 inning. And then you think back to the ball LaRoche hit, which was very nearly a double play on 2 different instances. And Gomez just can't seem to catch a break here in inning number 5.
Sort of been that way all day long for him. Just you know, a little off the end of the glove. The game of inches has caught up to him in this ball game, but just minimize the damage. Get out of this inning and we'll be all right.
Connor Jackson 1 for 2 with a double. Gomez goes right at him with a first pitch strike.
piece of that. But it's quickly 0-2. Long way to go in this one. That's the good news for the Tribe. Brett Anderson has a 1-0 lead to work with. Gomez trying to make sure it doesn't balloon to anything bigger than just that. The 0-2 pitch.
Well, Barton does not have a stolen base attempt this year. Jesus can run at third, but I don't see anything happening. But they try the third to first move just to keep them honest.
Way outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Deals, and it's low. 2-2. David DeJesus is at third. Derek Barton was driven in the only run of the game at first with 2 down. And the 2-2 pitch from Gomez. A little jam shot towards short. Cabrera has to hurry. Throw. God, what a play by his dribble. Do or die. Charging hard. Bare hand grab and throw on the money. A's get the lead 1-0. Stop by any Cleveland area Subway restaurant to pick up your Wahoo Bucks $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone for an upcoming home game. Place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. As dribble Cabrera. A sensational play to end the 5th inning.
Certainly
and
was.
Saved him at least a run.
Yes, it did. It keeps the game 1-0. So now it's time for the offense. Let's go.
Lou Marson looks at a ball in the dirt. Lou grounded to second his first time up. Tribe limited to a pair of infield singles. Both came in the 5th inning.
Well, out of there for the Indians this series, all 12 hits in their win on what's today? I don't even know what today is. Thursday. On Tuesday night, singles. They had 1 extra base hit out of their 7 hits, so 18.
Now there's another base hit single for Lou Marson.
So 21 singles out of 22 hits in this series.
Let's go back to the studio once again for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
Now batting, number 23, Michael Bradley.
Thanks, Al. Here is Michael Brantley, 0 for 2. Rick, how do you see Manny Acta playing this? You get your leadoff man aboard for the first time today after Oakland has just scored.
Well, you're going to give Michael a chance. I like that bunt. I'd like to see him take it with him because, as I said earlier, Brett Anderson's not a good fielding pitcher.
Make him field it then?
He falls off the third base side. I'd pull it over here, make Barton come off. He's not going to be able to throw it to second. He'd have to stop and turn. I mean, every ball they had, the Marston's was the first one that really went out of the infield.
Up high, 1-1.
You know, and I'm not saying put the bunt on. I'm saying maybe Michael is thinking about it. You know, we don't get to see this team enough throughout the course of the year to get to know the ins and outs like we do with teams in our own division.
You're talking about Oakland now.
Yeah, but this guy is not a good fielding pitcher. He could throw the ball down the line. We've talked about all the foul territory. Make him work.
Up the middle, it shoots through. Brantley with a base hit. Marston hits second. He'll go to third. The throw is offline, and that enables Brantley to get to second.
Yes, indeed. That's a great heads-up play by Brantley. Not a very smart throw by Sweeney, but he was able to get himself into scoring position. You're starting the inning. It's a one-run game. You've got to be absolutely sure, if you're going to throw that ball to third base, that you're going to get him. If not, you've got to hit your cutoff man. But Brantley does the smart thing and just trails that throw and gets himself into scoring position. Indians set up now in this inning. Second and third, nobody out. Good job of going first to third. The Indians have done that well this year. But I like that trail runner. No double play in order. Go ahead, run in scoring position with nobody out.
That gives a great opportunity to Asdrubal Cabrera to tie the game here. He is 3 for 10 in the series coming in, and he shoots a base hit up the middle. That's going to score. Marston with the tying run. Here comes Brantley with the go-ahead run, and he scores.
There you go.
3 straight hits to open the 6th inning for the Indians. And the aggressive base running pays off as the Tribe now turns the tables on Oakland. They lead it 2-1.
Didn't take long, did it? 3 straight hitters to turn that 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 lead. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. He hit that slow breaking ball and used the middle part of the field. He did that later in game number 1 of this series and comes right back, and he's concentrating on going the other way to get that run home. There's Smitty waving Brantley around. Indians take a 2-1 lead. Give Cabrera 20 RBI 20 and 21 here. So again, all singles in this game.
Guess from first down to second, and Cabrera beats it to the bag. How do you like that? The throw was offline. Pennington did a good job just to glove it to keep it going into left field. That enabled Asdrubal to get in safely.
And that'll be a stolen base. Barton comes up and makes a bad throw. Anderson has 5 pickoffs, so they're going on first movement, and that's what you do. If you get picked off by the lefty, continue to go into the bag. The throw was wide.
Pennington did a heck of a job, didn't he?
He sure did.
Almost came back and got him. That was really
that was close.
Now Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 2.
It looked like he might have got him on the knee too before that foot got in there, to be honest with you.
Don't be honest then.
Well,
just keep that to yourself.
It's too late. The guy called him safe. We're not looking at replay. Can't do that anymore. But it did look like it might have got his knee. He slid right into that throw. But it was a beautiful play by Pennington.
1-1 pitch. Choo waves at it. Down on the count of ball and 2 strikes. Mark Gomez now has a 2-1 lead. And looking for more, but Choo strikes out. That's the first out in the inning. And it will bring up Shelley Duncan. 4th strikeout for Brett Anderson here today.
Yeah, he hasn't walked anybody. Made him put the ball in play. They got to. Hopefully, you can get this one home. Take advantage of it. Anderson at 75 pitches going into the 6th inning.
Now Shelley Duncan flied to right his first time up. Last time up, hit a little soft liner to center that Ryan Sweeney came charging in, made a diving catch to take a hit away from Duncan. Good stop by Suzuki.
Take another look at that ball, the throw, the slide. See if it gets his foot or his knee. Oh, it did. Got his foot. But, yeah, it's close because his foot's really close to the bag. I don't know. Close, but he's called safe. Stolen base.
1-0 pitch. Duncan slams this to center. Sweeney back again, makes the grab, and Cabrera will have to hold at second. I thought initially on the swing that he might have had a chance to hit that one over Sweeney's head. 2 away.
Well, he's been ready for everything today. The only thing he's done wrong was make that throw to third base. And
but that's a big play now, isn't it?
In a one-run ball game, every play turns out to be very big. I mean, which it looks like it's going to be that way. The whole series has been played tightly to the vest, where, you know, little things make a huge difference.
Travis Hafner got the first hit of this game for the Indians in the 5th inning. And he hits this one on the ground. Ellis has a long throw, and he won't be able to get it. Now coming around third, Cabrera's hung up, and he is out at the plate. As Drupal never stopped, he just rounded third and kept going, expecting Ellis to try and throw Hafner out at first, and Ellis guns him out at the dish to end the inning. But the Indians have the lead now 2-1. Bottom of the 6th here in Oakland. Janmar Gomez will start this 6th inning. Just shy of 90 pitches. Activity in the Indians bullpen, though, as he starts the frame. Josh Willingham, 1 for 2. Then Ryan Sweeney and Kurt Suzuki due up here in the 6th. Boy, Rick, it just seemed like Asdrubal Cabrera made an assumption play at the end of the inning, assuming that the shortstop would, or the second baseman would go to first.
That's
and never look back to pick up the ball.
You know, your first thought is, okay, I'm going to round third hard and try and go home if he throws the ball wide. But you have to pick up the baseball, and I don't know if Asdrubal did, because they didn't even attempt to throw to first base. That's why Hafner was credited with a hit.
He looked a little surprised when he got to home and saw
Yeah.
Suzuki with the baseball. Like, what are you doing with the ball?
He had a cup of coffee and a sandwich at the plate.
But Cabrera had made a defensive spectacular play and then got a big base hit for the Indians in that inning. He drove in the 2 runs that gave them the lead. Gomez deals, and it's fouled back out of play. You get the feeling this game could go one of 2 ways. Either it's one of those games you're going to have to win 2-1, or now that both teams have had some hits and they've both scored, it might open up now too. Almost wouldn't be surprised to see it go either way. The 2-2. Back up.
I like your first thought process.
Win it 2-1.
Let's win it 2-1. Nothing wrong with that. I like that. You have a fresh bullpen.
That's true. The Indians bullpen probably in better shape overall than the A's bullpen. They've had a lot of work here lately. Gomez with the 2-2. Hit in the air to left. Routine for Austin Kearns. Backpedals a few. 1 away. Let's go back and take a look at that play that ended the top half of this inning.
Well, Ellis playing very deep at second base. Now let's see if Cabrera turns to throw. I was looking to see if Smitty was sent him. He looks there, but then he never looked again.
He was looking at first base.
Right. He was looking, expecting the throw to go to first base. Never realized that Ellis says, I'm going to give the base hit, and look at that guy rounding third. It was a smart play by Mark Ellis, and not a good play because he didn't look again. You know, just to pick up where the baseball is, and then he would have been able to stop. But drove in the 2 runs, or and made the great play to save a run in the top half of the inning.
Exactly.
So he's on the winning end there.
One pitch. Sweeney with a ground ball to short. Backhanded by Cabrera. Off balance, long throw over the head of Duncan. Marston's there to back it up, but there's so much foul territory that Sweeney easily gets into second base.
Get a base hit and an error here.
As Dribble knew he had to get a lot on that throw because of the speed of Sweeney, but in doing so, he launched it well over the head of Duncan at first.
Well, not an easy play, and no catcher in the game is able to get over here and back up a play like this with all that foul territory. You see Lou is on his way, and he just, got underneath the ball. It's a tough play, and just over the glove.
Yeah, remember, Shelley's a big guy. He's not easy to overthrow to begin with. That's going to be it for Genmar Gomez. He gives the Indians 5 1/3 innings, and he leaves with a runner at second base. And so our call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. Indians lead it 2-1. But Oakland has the tying run at second base with one out here in the 6th. Kurt Suzuki coming to the plate. Joe Smith for the 7th time this year. A win, no losses. ERA 1.59. He has struck out 7, walked just 1 in his 5 2/3 innings of work.
Now, it's been 5 days since he's pitched last. Coming on, he has inherited 4 runners so far this year. 2 have come in to score. Gomez, 5 1/3, 6 innings. A couple of walks, 1 strikeout.
A little bit inside, ball 1 to Suzuki, who has lined to center and popped up on the infield today. Grounded foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. The A's have Hideki Matsui on the bench, who is a left-handed hitter, and of course Coco Crisp and Landon Powell, both switch hitters. Powell, though, is the backup catcher. 1-1 pitch. Very unlikely to see him today. They also have right-handed hitting Kevin Kuzman on.
Who you say is struggling and in a funk.
Yeah, he's offensively, defensively. They say it's just kind of got him tied up right now. 2-1 pitch, popped him up.
Watch
play
out.
though. Duncan backpedaling, makes the grab and hangs on for out number 2. Not many routine balls in the air here today, especially on the right side with the sun. All right, let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question.
Well, we got to go with the
100 wins, 300 saves. We knew Eck is one, right?
Eck, Raleigh, and maybe the Goose.
There you go. Goose Gossage.
There's some mustaches on those faces there.
Oh, you're not. Might be 3 of the best mustaches.
Yeah,
in
you got
baseball
Goose
history.
going all the way down with the Fu Manchu, Raleigh with the handlebar, and Eck with the Cinco de Mayo mustache.
Here's the pitch now to Mark Ellis with Eck. It's not just the mustache, it's the mustache and the locks.
Yeah.
The moss, as you like to say. Flowing. There's a Raleigh Fingers jersey.
Well, Raleigh was, he was the closer when he was coming in for 2 and 3 innings to close games.
Looped on the infield. Oh, man, look at this play by Joe Smith over the shoulder, a la wide receiver style.
Nicely done.
Man, that's not an easy play, but Joe Smith puts it in his hip pocket, and the inning is over. We go to the 7-2-1 Cleveland.
That.
Hey fans, don't forget to get overstuffed at Panini's. 18 locations throughout northeastern Ohio. Visit paninisgrill.com for a location near you. Orlando Cabrera leading off the 7th inning in a high pop. Now we get a tough play for Oakland. And Ellis, the second baseman, able to get out there and grab it one away.
This is, for a pitcher, I'm very impressed. Smitty, watch that ball. That would have fallen in for a base hit. He bounces off the mound, climbs up that hill and runs back and makes it a beautiful catch. I mean, that is really nicely done. That's high fives all the way around. I'm going to go give him some too. I'll be right back.
He may make it look easy, but it's not.
Not looking up like that. That's a nice play. How many pitchers make that play? Seriously, there's so few.
There's not a lot of pitchers that would even get to it.
That wouldn't go for it.
You'd have to turn and sprint like that.
Very nice.
Austin Kearns checks on a ball that's called a strike. Kearns fly to deep center in the third, and then rolled an infield single up the third base line in the fifth. 2 balls and a strike. Austin fouls it away. His club now on top 2-1. And Austin Kearns watches ball 3 sail inside. Full count. Payoff pitch. Austin with a hard ground ball to third. LaRoche throws him out. 1 or 2 down now. Talked about the fact the Indians have hit a lot of singles. We haven't had an opportunity to add money to the gathering place.
No, we have not.
Every time the Indians homer, Great Clips donates $50 a dinger. Rick and I are each donating $5 per homer as well. We've raised over $2,000 in a little bit of a dry spell, though. For information, visit touchedbycancer.org to learn more about the gathering place. Great needs, great deeds. Great Clips.
25 hits. 24 singles in the series. But it goes to show you got to put something on the board. It's okay.
Breaking ball just missed. Jack Hanahan 0 for 2 on the day. 2 for 9 in the series. Pops this one straight up. I mean, tough play for Suzuki right here. When he grabs it and hangs on in foul ground. Indians go 1-2-3. Stretch time in Oakland. Drive on top 2-1. Time for the Two-1 Tribe going to the bottom of the 7th here in Oakland. Our Miller Taste Greatness moment. on this date, baseball history, 1904. Cy Young. The first perfect game ever against the Philadelphia Athletics. Andy LaRoche 0 for 2. Back out of play. One ball, 2 strikes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Tied him up in knots. It's almost like he was trying to check his swing and then swing and not sure what he wanted to do. By the time it was too late, he was already out.
Yeah, that ball, he ran that sinker in. Couldn't stop his swing, gets the strikeout. So Joe Smith, a great job.
Retires all 3 that he faces here today. Left-hander Rafael Perez coming on when we come back to Oakland. On top, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And left-hander Rafael Perez coming on for the 13th time this year. He has yet to allow an earned run, 2 wins, a loss, and he has struck out 7. He has walked 5 in his 11 innings of work, but you see their opponents hitting just 167 against him.
And I think that's why Manny likes this matchup a little better than Joe Smith facing Pennington from the left side. He's hitting 181, but from the right side he's hitting 459 for 20, but he still likes Perez in there in this situation.
Left-handers probably, if you look back, and Manny likes to use a 3-year template to base his decisions, and you know, left-handers have given Joe Smith more trouble than right-handers have given to Rafael Perez. So yeah.
Oh, there's no question there.
The pitch to Pennington. He's up high, ball 1. 0 for 2 today, 1 for 8 in the series. Missed up high again, 2 balls, no strikes. That finds the strike zone, 2-1.
Chopper over the mound. Cabrera off balance throw on the money to get Pennington 2 down. Baseball's a game that, you know, there are a lot of plays that are made in the heat of the moment, a lot of aggressive plays that sometimes don't turn out well. You have to take some of the good with the bad.
Well, there's a jam shot that ended that inning where there was a 1-0 lead. They had a man at first and third. Cabrera comes in and said, do it. You got to do it. He did it, barehanded it, threw it across.
Saved a run, then he comes up, boom, hits a 2-run single to give you the lead.
Do or die play, he makes that play. He has been so solid this year at shortstop.
David DeJesus takes a strike. 0 for 1. He has walked twice today. That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jesus has seen a lot of Rafael Perez. Field. Kearns back, makes the grab, backpedaling just in front of the track, and the A's go 1-2-3. We go to the 8th, 2-1 Indians.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
We start the 8th inning here in Oakland. Indians with a 2-1 lead, and Lou Marson leads off. Lou Marson getting the start today. It's his 8th of the year behind the dish, and Lou started the 6th inning with a base hit. It was a solid single straight up the middle, and then aggressively went first to third on the base hit by Michael Brantley, and that helped set up the big 2-run single hit by Asdrubal Cabrera that has given the Indians the lead here today. This is driven pretty well, deep right center field, long run, and it's misplayed by DeJesus. Marson around second. He'll dig for 3. The throw by Ellis, not in time, and Lou Marson has himself a leadoff triple. He is 2 for 3 here this afternoon. And Lou Marson, Rick, is now 8 for 13 this year against left-handed pitchers.
Boy, oh boy, and you start the innings off. He has been a key to this Indians offense in this ball game. Now he hits the triple. That ball had carry to it. Night game, and David DeJesus drops it. Probably a ball he should have caught. But as he's stumbling and it goes off the heel of his glove, he kicks it around. That enabled Marson to go from second all the way to third. Now the A's have to bring the infield in for Lou Marson, his first triple of the year.
First of his career.
And give him some oxygen then. Yeah. Sweet Lou.
Infield in for Michael Brantley, trying to bring him home now. And Brett Anderson misses down low, ball 1. Anderson just over 90 pitches. Some stirring in the Oakland bullpen, but no activity. Brantley trying to drive in that run from third here. Ground ball on the left side. Gets through momentarily, but closed by the shortstop, Pennington, who throws him out. Terrific play by the A's shortstop. And Marson forced to hold at third.
Especially with that runner on third base, and they weren't sending him on contact. You know, you see where the infield's in there saying make the ball go through. That would have been a tough play for him to throw it home. But he makes a terrific play in the stretch by Barton to get him out, keep the man at third base. Look at that stretch.
Now is Drupal Cabrera. Why not? He's driven in the only runs for the Indian today already. Why not drive in another? It's a called strike. As Drupal lined a single right up the middle in the 6th inning. That played it both Lou Marson and Michael Brantley.
I would think you have to send them on contact here. On any ball that's on the ground, you got to go. And you hope it's not right at one of the infielders.
He's done a terrific job of getting those runners home from third.
Well, we showed both Cabreras the other night how clutch they were late in the ball game, driving in key runs.
Squeeze play, fouled back.
Oh, I like that too. That's okay. You foul it off. Now you get back to work. Marson didn't break too soon. That's the key to the squeeze. The base runner cannot give it away. You got to wait till that pitcher's front foot hits the ground where he can't adjust and throw at the hitter's head or way up inside. Cabrera comes down. He had to bunt a tough breaking ball, but he did foul it off, so no harm.
Not a ground ball foul. One and two the count. Double barrel action in the Indians bullpen as they look toward the 8th inning. Bottom half of the 8th inning. That's just Justin Germano getting some work. Swing and a miss. Oh, he got a piece of it. No, he didn't.
Got a piece of his wrist.
I thought he did. So 2 down. And that'll leave it up to Shin-Soo Choo.
Check the follow through. He's going to get the wrist on the glove hand of Suzuki. Coming all the way back as he's coming up. Ouch. No padding. Right on the wrist. Watch him turn it around to show the umpire he's got it. Oh, that hurts. So be ready now for a pass ball if you're at third base. Something in the dirt.
Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 9 in the series. Anderson with a breaking ball for strike 1.
Boy, if he gets out of it, keeps it a 2-1 game, that would be a terrific job by Anderson, and it could very well pump those A's up.
The 0-1. Fouled off by Choo, who just has been out of sorts. Down to the count 0-2. 2 down here in the 8th. Drive up 2-1. It's fouled away. Benny Pistano looks like he's coming on from the bottom of the 8th inning. Although Perez might come out and face Derek Barton, you get the left-handed hitter to lead it off, and then right-handed hitters to follow. The 0-2. Choo with a ground ball right at the second baseman Ellis, and the inning is over. Boy, Brett Anderson did a terrific job after the leadoff triple by Marson. He strands him at third. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Indians.
2-1 Indians, bottom of the 8th inning. Right-hander Vinny Pistano coming on for the Tribe, 13th appearance of the year. No wins or losses, 13 strikeouts, just 4 walks in his 11 innings of work. He'll be facing a left-handed hitting Derek Barton, and then Connor Jackson and Josh Willingham due up. Matt Laporta has come into the ball game now at first base and replacing Shelley Duncan.
Well, I mean, Anderson got out of that. Like I said, this is one of those games. I think you're gonna have to win it 2-1.
Derek Barton drove in the only run of this game for Oakland back in the 5th inning with a 2-out RBI single through the hole on the right side of the infield. In the air, center field. Brantley back, still going back on the track, makes the catch and hangs on. Oh, baby. Over the shoulder grab by Brantley on a ball that just kept on carrying.
Yeah, you can tell it's daytime here in Oakland. I got a good look, and his glasses were glaring as I looked back, and it kept going back and going back. Watch the sunglasses down. Over the head on the dead run. Nice catch. That's total concentration. He knows he's getting close to that wall. The boy had a good beat on it. Ran a good route. Makes the play. Out number 1.
You know, Connor Jackson 1 for 3. Jackson doubled over the head of Austin Kearns in the 1st inning. The only extra base hit of the game for the A's. Two balls and no strikes. It was Jackson who was robbed of a hit in that 5th inning by Asdrubal Cabrera, who made the great bare-hand grab and throw to get him. High 3-0. Josh Willingham on deck. Strike called, 3-1. Ball 4, he walked him. 1 on, 1 out now for Josh Willingham.
Well, can't get enough of that great ballpark food. Check out Progressive Fields all-you-can-eat seats. Enjoy unlimited hot dogs, nachos, peanuts, popcorn, and Pepsi products for just $32. You can get your tickets at Indians.com.
Josh Willingham 1 for 3. An infield single back in the 1st. He was lined out to right and flied to left. Popped up, foul, out of play. Vinny Pistano retired Derek Barton on a fly ball to deep center before walking that man, Connor Jackson. Indians came into this game with the 4th lowest bullpen ERA in the AL. Now the 0-1. Fouled right back. Indians bullpen has kept hitters down at a .216 average against, which is the 3rd lowest batting average against in terms of bullpens in the American League. The 0-2. Again, it's foul.
like the day over for Brett Anderson. Michael Wart's warming in their bullpen.
Ended his day if he's done.
Like Josh Tomlin, he did his job today.
Yeah.
The pitch. A little bit outside, 1-2. Denny Pistano ready, the 1-2 pitch. A little low and outside, 2-2. 14,353 the attendance today here at the Coliseum in Oakland. It's a getaway day game. Indians heading to Anaheim afterwards. The 2-2 outside, full count. Hitting Ryan Sweeney waits on deck. Connor Jackson runs well at first. He takes off and it's fouled right back.
This could be a good case of if he can get him to swing and miss, strike him out, throw him out situation.
Tony Sipp now just getting up in the Indians bullpen. This is a huge pitch, though. Momentum could swing one way or the other. Jackson takes off again at first, and it's ball 4. Pistano's walked 2 in a row with 1 out here in the inning. And now Oakland will bring Ryan Sweeney to the plate. And Pistano's got essentially nowhere to put him. He's got to go at him. You do not want to walk the bases loaded in this situation. And now Tim Belcher's going to come out. Give Tony Sipp more time to get loose. While they talk, let's go back to the studios for an in-game update once again with Al Pawlowski. Thanks, Al. Ryan Sweeney will be the batter as Tim Belcher heads back to the Indians dugout. Sweeney 2 for 3 today. Tying run at second base.
Pistano, he was ahead in the count 2 on Willingham, 0-2 before he ended up walking.
Almost hit him with that pitch. Then he trying to find it now. As you said, he was ahead 0-2 to the previous hitter before losing it. Loop left field near the line. Fair ball. A's tie the game. Go ahead run into third, and a double for Ryan Sweeney. Just a little opposite field bloop double, but the walks have really hurt Pistano here in the 8th now.
Sure does. You got to make him put it in play. You give him base runners late in the game, and then you see this ball. He had to throw a strike. He just slices it, stays inside the line. Kern's coming in. You know, nothing he could do. He gets rid of it quickly as they were off and running, realizing it was going to fall. We have a 2-2 ball game. They have second and third, and now the infield for the Indians has to come in.
And Kurt Suzuki 0 for 3 on the day will be the hitter.
Guy that normally he can put the ball in play. First
pitch strike from Pistano. Well, the Indians had a runner at third with nobody out in the top half of this inning and could not get him home. Oakland now, similar situation with one out. Popped up, foul, back out of play. 0-2 the count on Suzuki. Benny's 0-2 pitch. Suzuki foul right back to the screen. Suzuki trying to come through again for Oakland. High pop. This probably not deep enough. Kearns racing in, makes the catch, had to go to his knees, but Willingham was not tagging at third, and so the runners have to hold 2 down.
Ooh. Yeah, he jammed him. Boy, and I'll say with the infield in, that's once where you can get burned because, as I said, with less than 2 outs, the outfield stayed deep. He climbs the ladder. Suzuki swings at a pitch out of the zone, and watch Kearns have to come all the way in, or that ball falls. And you go halfway, or as the base runner who makes the play, he has to go back to the base, out number 2.
Coco Crisp is going to pinch hit here for Mark Ellis. Tony Sipp ready in the Indians bullpen. It was Sipp, though, who faced Crisp in last night's game and allowed Coco to drill a base hit right up the middle. It gave them a huge insurance run.
Chance to face him again because Pistano is done for the day.
Manny Acta heads to the mound and makes the call. We've got a timeout in Oakland, tied at 2. Two-hour score. Bottom of the 8th inning. The A's have come back to tie it. And now Tony Sipp on to get the final out of the inning and keep it a tie game. They have runners in second and third. And Coco Crisp pinch hitting here in the 8th inning. Coco Crisp this year as a pinch hitter, Rick, has not appeared as a pinch hitter yet.
Well, he faced Sipp yesterday and drove in the insurance run in the 8th inning on a first pitch fastball that was way up from Tony Sipp. We'll see how he comes back into the day to face him. You've got the go-ahead run at third base.
Josh Willingham, runner at third. Sid delivers. And Coco goes after the first pitch yet again. Straightaway center. Brantley shading his eyes from the sun. Whoa, makes the catch and hangs on. We go to the ninth, all tied at 2.
Leading off the top of the ninth.
2-2. We go to the ninth here in Oakland. Kevin Kuzmanov has come into the ballgame now to play third base because Andy LaRoche has had to go over to second after they pinch hit for Mark Ellis. Matt Laporta's first at bat of the day looks at a breaking ball for a strike from Brett Anderson, who's back out there. That's his 103rd pitch of the day. Activity in the Oakland bullpen as Anderson starts the ninth. Matt fouls it off toward that A's bullpen. And the count quickly 0-2. Laporta, Travis Hafner, and Orlando Cabrera here in the ninth for Cleveland. Down and in, 1-2. Oakland in that no doubles defense. Their outfield way back. Laporta chops one to short. Pennington throws him out, one away. Get a look at our in-game box score brought to you by Hyundai. Join the movement. Michael Brantley has Drupal Cabrera, each with a knock. Travis Hafner has a pair, so does Lou Marson. Cabrera had the 2-run single that gave the Indians a 2-1 lead in the 6th. Marson's triple led off the 8th inning, but the Indians couldn't get him home, and boy, does that loom large now. Instead of a 1-run lead, we are tied now at 2. Breaking ball, didn't miss by much, ball 1. Hafner had the infield single, the first hit of the game in the 5th inning, and then was credited with another infield single in the 6th when he hit a ball up the middle with that shift on Ellis. By the time he had it, Rick, he had no chance to get Hafner. But it was Drupal Cabrera, who had been at second, round and third, never picked up the ball and was thrown out at home.
Yeah, it was a weird play. It's almost like he was given the single and he was getting ready to throw home right from the get-go.
Breaking ball for a strike, 2-1. 2-1 shot for the outside corner and just missed. It's the 110th pitch of the day, season high for Brett Anderson. He's gone over 100 in every start but one. That was his last start, which he lasted just 5 innings against Texas. Full count. Orlando Cabrera waits on deck. One out here in the ninth, tied at 2. It's even at 7 apiece. The payoff. Ground ball. LaRoche goes out after 2 down. Stay tuned after the ball game today for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. Conrad's, home of the lowest everyday tire price guarantee. I know some folks back home in Cleveland probably just getting home from work. So if you missed some of what happened earlier, stick around. We'll recap the whole shebang. Swing and a miss by Cabrera. The way these two teams have pitched, there's no telling how long we may be here.
Well, both teams had opportunities to take leads, couldn't do it.
In the air, right field. De Jesus takes the grab. Indians go in order. We go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 2. 2-2 here, bottom of the ninth in Oakland. It'll be Andy LaRoche, Cliff Pennington, and David De Jesus due up for the A's. LaRoche 0 for 3. Struck out his last time up. Going on right now, everything is either a final in baseball or still to come later tonight. Tampa Bay beat Toronto 3-1. Tigers up into the Yankees 6-3, taking 3 out of 4 in that series. Royals blasted Baltimore 9-1. LA, the Angels blew out Boston 11-0. Pop up on the infield. Cabrera, 1 down. Texas is at Seattle later tonight. Over the National League, Cincinnati beat up Houston 10-4. Nets over the Giants 5-2. And St. Louis doubled up Florida 6-3. There are 3 other games in the National League still to come. So Cliff Pennington 0 for 3 on the day. Steps in here to face Tony Sipp with 1 down in the bottom half of the ninth. Shoots a foul, right side.
Wow, what a grab!
That's why you bring the glove.
It's an Indians fan.
Yes,
Look
indeed.
at that. Nice catch.
Back backhanded stab.
I'll tell you what, whoever's sitting behind him right there better thank him. That was a nice catch.
A little bit high, 1-1. He just made a few new friends.
Yeah, let me see that ball, by the way.
Pennington pops it on the bunt back over the screen. 1-2. We said when this series began Tuesday night, runs perhaps would be at a premium. And that probably was an understatement because these two pitching staffs have done a terrific job. Indians won 4-1 Tuesday night. Oakland winning 3-1 last night. We're tied 2-2 here in the night today. Two pitch. Up high. On this Cinco de Mayo. Tied at 2 in the last half of the night. Foul back by Cliff Pennington. Zip sets and deals. And a ground ball, one hopper to third. Hanahan, long throw over. Porter able to dig it out. 2 down. Top of the order, and David DeJesus.
Now batting, right fielder, number 12, David.
David DeJesus has walked twice, grounded out, and flied to left. To DeJesus. Hasn't seen a lot of Tony Sip.
If the Indians can get this final out here, I'm sure Brett Anderson will be done.
1-0 pitch. Popped him in the air. Shallow center. Brentley's got to go a long way to get there. And Cabrera made a nice over-the-shoulder catch to end the inning. We've got extra innings today in Oakland, tied at 2. Extra Innings is brought to you by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. That guy can't lose no matter what happens. We go to the 10th inning here in Oakland. Bottom third of the Indians order will be due up. Austin Kearns, Jack Hanahan, and Lou Marson. And the A's go to their bullpen for the first time today after Brett Anderson went 9 innings. Michael Wirtz coming on for the 6th time this year.
Yeah, and Wirtz pitched in game 1 of the series. He went an inning and a third. He had a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts, did not allow a hit. This is the 7th game for the Oakland A's. No, game number 8, I'm sorry, for extra innings. The Indians, this will be their 4th game.
A's 4-3 in those extra inning games. Austin Kearns with a fly ball deep to center, but they're playing back on the warning track. Unbelievable. Ryan Sweeney grabs it one away.
Well, whether you have a family night out, date night, or a special occasion, you can make your plans with 10-day fireworks presentation every Friday and a select Saturday home games this year. The next one will be a week from tomorrow, May 13th, against the Seattle Mariners. Visit Indians.com for game dates and ticket information.
I'm thinking under normal circumstances, that's a hit double for Kearns, but I mean, they're so deep for him. Well, Sweeney barely had to jog to get that.
We've witnessed that all series, so we'll see. We'll see if a bloop will come into play. DeJesus is one step in front of the warning track in right field.
Yeah, one step.
I've never seen anything like that. I mean, it's nobody on base. It's a tie game, and I don't know. He knows his team much better than I do, but boy, oh boy, for a pitching staff like Oakland that only gives up a couple of runs a ball game.
Swing and a miss. 2-1 to count for Jack Hanahan. 0 for 3 today. 2 for 10 in the series. This could be a long run for the outfielders. Coming in, Sweeney converging, and Sweeney grabs it 2-0. That'll bring up Lou Marson. Lou has had a big day for the Tribe. 2 for 3, a single and a triple. But boy, oh boy, that triple to lead off the 8th inning looming large because the Indians couldn't get him home with nobody out. And a first pitch strike. That triple, just their second extra base hit in the series.
Right.
As far as home runs, on the road this year, the Indians hit 6 home runs in their first 4 road games and only 1 in their last 10 road games now.
Well, they've been hitting so many at home, 27 at home.
Running towards short. Pennington. Nice stretch by Barton. That almost got by him. The Indians go 1-2-3, and we go to the bottom of the 10th. Tied at 2. Bottom of the 10th here in Oakland. And the Indians are running out of bullpen guys. Coming on now is Chad Durbin. That leaves only Justin Germano and Chris Perez now in the bullpen. They've run through Joe Smith, Rafael Perez, Vinny Pistano, Tony Sipp, and now Chad Durbin for the 12th time this year.
Well, that's what happens. If you're a long man and you don't get an opportunity earlier in the game, then you may be around if it's extra innings. So they've got some multiple inning guys here. Durbin
and Pistano.
Germano.
Excuse me, Germano. Yeah, you're right.
This is the rubber game of the match. I mean, this is a big one to lead. The Indians had a chance to win it 2-1. They couldn't hold on to that lead. A couple of walks by Pistano back in the 8th inning. 1 out walks. Then a little flare double down the line by Sweeney tied the game. They were able to get out of that inning.
Eric Barton 1 for 4. He drove in the first run of the game for Oakland back in the 5th inning. One ball, one strike. Ground ball to second. Orlando Cabrera will throw him out. Just because it's a 2-2 game doesn't mean that it's been a boring game. There have been some terrific plays in this ball game, especially from the defensive standpoint.
On a very tough Sun field too. I mean, this is not an easy day. Sweeney out in center field has made a couple of nice plays. Cabrera saved a run there in the 8th inning or 7th inning. Hey, Joe Smith, how about this play off the mound to return? Michael Brantley looking up into the sun. You're right. There's not both teams with 2 runs, both teams with 7 hits, and both teams with some very good defensive plays as well.
Connor Jackson takes a strike. Not a lot of scoring, but plenty of action. One ball, one strike. Jackson doubled and scored in the 8th. That's the reason we are tied. That's in the air, right field, a base hit. One out single for Connor Jackson here in the 10th.
Jackson looking at his pitch, gets a fastball away. Little 2-seamer at 91 coming back over, takes it to right field, gets a base hit. So a 1-out single. He came around to score the tying run back in the 8th inning after the Vinny Pistano walk.
Josh Willingham singled in the 1st, walked in the 8th. Low ball 1. Strike from Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Willingham, he's got some success to draw on in the past against Durbin. Chad looking for that double play ball, missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Indians began the day tied with Philadelphia for the best record in baseball at 20-9. Phillies host Washington later tonight. The 2-1. High pop. Foul ground. Tough play for Hannah.
Luck here.
He's there. Can he see it? Yes, he does.
That one was up there for a while.
Bring tears to your eyes.
Well, he used that glove to cover the sun. And you got to stay with it. He's got the shades on. You can see the glove. Shade over his eyes. And you're thinking to yourself, when are you coming down? Because he's getting near the pitcher's mound out there. And sometimes, you know, you could trip going up the hill. That one was a big league pop-up for an out.
2 down now for Ryan Sweeney as he had a big day. 3 for 4. We showed you the defensive plays he's made in center. Double, single, couple of singles. Run batted in, although he did have one defensive mishap that allowed the Indians to take advantage in that 6th inning and score 2 runs when he failed to keep the double play in order, as you always like to say.
Yes, he did. He made a bad throw to third base or off line. Allowed Michael Brantley to get into scoring position. Came around to score.
The 1-0 in there to even the count. Bottom of the 10th in Oakland, tied at 2. A's with a runner at first. And 2 down. Gorgeous blue sky, 80-degree day here in the Bay Area. Runner goes in the 1-1 pitch. It's hit down the right field line. Chu coming over, can't get to it. Coming around third is Jackson. He gets held there as Chu got off a pretty strong throw to the cutoff man.
Yeah, you can't take that chance. And when you're Mike Gallego, the third base coach, that's 4 hits now for Sweeney. Yeah, with Chu in right field, you just can't run on him. You got to, even though there are 2 outs, you can't take the chance of having him thrown out at home plate. He was off and running, and I mean that's what the fans wanted to see. This ball gets down the line. And he peeks around. He's going all the way to third base. Here comes Chu coming in. He picks it up now, and you can see the throw coming in.
Well, Kurt Suzuki 0 for 4 today. And 0 for 8 in the series. But he's got a chance to be the hero for Oakland now with 2 down. And the winning run just 90 feet away. Irvin deals. They let the runner at first break for second. That run doesn't mean anything. Although, and I've heard pitching coaches say in the past they don't like that because now you lose the ability to get that easy force at second base.
That's true, but with 2 outs, you're just zeroed in on that hitter.
The 0-1. Nothing into the count. So Durbin quickly ahead of Suzuki. Now out hit the Indians 9-7. And the 0-2 pitch. Good block by Lou Marson.
Yeah, he picked that
one. The 1-2 pitch. In the air, slicing foul, and she can't get to it. Two on, 2 out, bottom of the 10th. Tied at 2. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Kurt Suzuki. Chad Durbin ready, the 1-2 pitch. Oh, baby. Even the hometown crowd thought he was going to get rung up.
Fastball away, right? That's a tough pitch to take. Tough pitch to take.
The 2-2. Popped him up, foul ground. Might be playable if Laporta can get to it. He does, and he makes the grab, hangs on, and we play on in Oakland. We'll go to the 11th. Still tied at 2.
Extra innings are sponsored by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. The 11th inning now here in Oakland. Top of the order due up for Cleveland. And after getting last night off, Brian Fuentes right back into the fire for the A's. Fuentes has now pitched in 4 out of the last 6 games for Oakland.
They took the loss in game 1. As a matter of fact, Michael Brantley was the guy that started it off with an at-bat where he ended up working the walk, was picked off. They came back and got 3 hits, and that's when they did the damage. This is going to be the winner-take-all in this series, and the Indians trying to win this series for the first time since '02 out here in Oakland. It has been quite some time.
Michael lifts the ball to center, right at Ryan Sweeney. 1 away. I'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera, 1 for 4 on the day, but his one was a big one. A 2-run single in the 6th. Gave the Indians a 2-1 lead at that point. Strike. 1-1. Asdrubal, when he faced Fuentes the other night, just lined the ball right back up the middle of him. Away.
Fuentes has been around. Winning last year in Minnesota, also with the Angels.
Close pitch. Just a little bit inside.
Boy, that one was, I don't know if he called it in or down, but it was close. Looked a little inside.
The 2-2. And that's smacked into left field for a base hit.
Almost looked like he was waiting for that pitch from the outset of that at bat. Stayed in and got a nice breaking ball and just stroked it to left field. Second hit today for Cabrera, who's now 2 for 5. Took that fastball down and in off the plate and looking for the breaking ball. Stayed back, kept the hands back nicely. Put a good swing on it. Oh, 1-out single.
And now Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 4 today. Looking for his first hit in the series. Low ball 1. Choo 0 for 10, but he has walked 3 times, although none of those walks coming today. The 1-0, nope, a throw to first instead, but Asdrubal not far from the bag.
Well, it's almost like they tried to do it the other night, go first movement on him, and that's how Michael Brantley got caught.
Choo pops it in the air. Right field. In comes DeJesus. 2 down. And Choo 0 for 11 now in the series. Matt Laporta,
just his second at bat today. Came on as a defensive replacement for Shelley Duncan. Grounded out to short in the 9th. That's here with runner at first and 2 down in the 11th. Well, I tell you what, Rick, if Matt Laporta were to ever just take a pitch and line it to right center field, Cabrera would score from first base, because the outfielders are so deep and really spread out. A lot of room in right center field now. Another throw. Look at how deep the A's outfielders are. Look at the space between center and right
center. You could. It looks like you could go forever, right around the 388 sign.
Down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Laporta has hit in 5 straight games. 8 for his last 21 now. But he pops this one high in the air right field. Coming into Jesus. Makes the catch. Go to the bottom of the 11th. Still tied up at 2. Bottom of the 11th here in Oakland.
Third baseman, number 5.
Bottom third of the A's order here. Kevin Kuzminoff will get his first at-bat in the series. He came on after the A's pinch hit for Mark Ellis in the 8th inning. Kuzminoff, who came up in the Indian system. Never forget his major league debut in Texas.
What was it, September 3rd?
I just remember Travis Haffner. Remember he got hit and broke his hand.
Yeah, September 2nd.
He was having that monster season, all the grand slams he had hit. And Kevin Kuzminoff comes up in his place, and what do you know? First pitch, boom, grand slam.
Yeah, he did. Just to come up with the bases loaded. Didn't waste any time. It was in Texas. That was the year the team hit 13 grand slams that year.
06, I think, right? Yeah. 1-1 pitch. Durbin with a 2-1. And a called strike evens the count up.
Kuzmanov, you see him swing that bat. He's a good low ball hitter when he's on his game.
Strikes out here. One down in the bottom of the 11th. First strikeout for Durbin today.
Throws that slider away, out of the zone. Gets Kuzmanov to swing at it. So first strikeout. The Indians pitching today have only struck out 3 Oakland A's. But the important stat were the walks back in the 8th inning. They walked 4, but 2 of them were very important. That's how the A's scored their second run.
Back-to-back walks with one out in the 8th inning, set it up. Andy LaRoche 0 for 10 in the series. Foul out of play to the right. We are in the 11th inning. That slider. LaRoche able to lay off. And the 1-2 pitch. Grounded right at second baseman Orlando Cabrera. 2 away. And it brings up Cliff Pennington. You talk about a couple of longtime rivals, Rick, and of course the Oakland A's go all the way back to the Philadelphia Athletics, which we talked about earlier with regards to Cy Young when he threw the first perfect game for Boston against the Philadelphia A's. But the Indians and A's, 884 wins for Oakland, 1,009 wins for the Indians all time in this series.
That goes back a long way, doesn't it?
That's a lot of baseball. Of course, the A's success when we're in Philadelphia is denoted by the bleachers, or the tarped bleachers up in the right field corner. 1, 2, 3 in the 11th, and we go to the 12th, still tied at 2. Craig Breslow coming on for Oakland here in the 12th inning, after Brian Fuentes worked a scoreless inning of relief in the 11th.
Breslow coming on for the 15th time this year. He has pitched 10 innings, giving up 13 hits, walked 4. And you know, for the A's, I mean, they had a tired bullpen, but Brett Anderson went 9 innings today for them. And then it's been an inning for Wirtz, Fuentes, and now it's Breslow as we are heading into the 12th inning. Getaway days in the Indians are, you know, it seems like it always happens, doesn't it? Extra inning ball games.
Well, here's Hafner. 2 for 4 today, 2 singles. Fastball up high, ball 1.
But you sit here. We started at 12:30 out here on West Coast time. It's the chance to win the series, something that the Indians desperately need out here in Oakland.
Get this road trip started off on the right foot. 3 more to follow down in Anaheim, and those are going to be tough sledding too, because the Angels will throw Jared Weaver and Dan Herron on Saturday and Sunday against the Indians.
But you know, that same thing happened to the Angels last night in the big long extra inning game. They won that one last night in Boston, came back and blew them away today. So you know, you win the extra inning games, and it seems to have a pretty good influence on you. You know, a positive flow.
Hafner fouls it back, out of play. 2-2. Yeah, extra inning games or long games never seem to matter if you win.
That's right. The key is you win those games, you feel much better. You don't mind the fight, the battle. You know, when you get out there and they're tough to win on the road.
The 2-2. Ooh. And Hafner's out looking. 1 down here in the 12th.
It was
a fastball.
Yeah, it was right at the knees too. It was a tough pitch right there.
Orlando Cabrera 0 for 4 today. And he takes a first pitch strike. Back out of play. Quickly 0-2 the count. Since Lou Marson's leadoff triple in the 8th inning, the Indians have had only 1 base runner. A little bit high. Breslow deals. And it's outside 2-2. Austin Kearns waits on deck. And that ball's punched left center, long run. I don't think anybody can get to it. It drops. And Orlando a big turn at first, but he'll hold with a 1-out single. So the Indians have their second hit since that leadoff triple by Marson in the 8th.
That is where I think the depth of the outfielders comes in to haunt him there, where that ball had some hang time. Maybe not. He was playing him over in right center field. That ball was a little bit in the left center field. It'll fall for a single.
Now Austin Kearns 1 for 4 today. Looks at a ball down low. Orlando Cabrera at first with 1 out here in the 12th inning. Kearns fly to deep center in the 3rd, infield single in the 5th. He has grounded to 3rd and fly to center since. And this is ripped fouled on the left side. Hits are even now at 9 apiece. For the 1-1. A toss to first instead. Orlando easily back. 1-1 from Breslow. Kearns checks, it's down low, 2 balls and a strike. I tell you, as a pitcher, I'd almost be afraid to throw a ball to first base, because if you throw it errantly, as you pointed out before, I mean, the guy could go first to third easily in this park.
Well, he's going first to third. If a guy can run, he's got a chance to score if you really throw it by over there and it ricochets, because as deep as the outfielders play, they would never get there.
2-1 pitch up high, 3 balls and a strike. Cabrera kind of flinched to move towards second, and you wonder if that might have just thrown Breslow off a tick, and that pitch sailed on him. And it's 3-1 now. The KG veteran trying to get between the ears of Breslow. One little mistake could alter the outcome of this game now. Ball 4 and a big walk there. The go-ahead run moves into scoring position as Kearns goes down to first. And with 1 out, Jack Hanahan will be the batter.
Now batting, number 9, Jack Hanahan.
Hanahan 0 for 4 today. But remember, he's had a lot of success this year against left-handed pitching. Brett Anderson handcuffed him, but now he's got a chance against Breslow, and it's down low for ball 1.
You know, he'd love to get a base hit here against his former team.
Yeah. Would he ever? Checked on a ball that's up high, and it's 2-0, and Breslow, after walking Kearns, falls behind Jack Hanahan. Now the Indians looking pretty good. 2 on, 1 out. Hanahan knows Breslow's got to come to him. Lou Marson waits on deck.
Well, he's walked 5 in his 10 innings of work.
Missed again. It's ball 3. And now Breslow looks a little frustrated out there on the bump. Have a meeting with himself. As Jack Hanahan, gotta believe he's in take mode here. And he fires it in for a strike. It's 3-1 now.
He took that 3-0 pitch. Now be ready for a fastball that you're going to like.
3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4, and no late strike call by Wolf. Hanahan was on his way to first. And Jim Wolf said, hold on a second. Raise the right hand.
Well, get a good look. It's down. He frames it, holds it right there. It was pretty much about the same pitch Hafner had. Fastball down, started this inning, rang him up.
So 2 on, 1 out, payoff pitch. Orlando's been doing a lot of dancing around out there trying to distract Breslow.
Yeah, but you have to be careful dancing around at second, because sometimes you can distract the hitter as well.
Now the payoff pitch. Runners go. Hanahan bloops one toward
Keep
left.
going. Keep
that
going.
might drop. And it does. Scoring is Orlando Cabrera. Kearns stops at second, and the Indians have a 3-2 lead. Jack Hanahan with a little bloop single to left puts the Indians on top. Very reminiscent of the bloop double by Ryan Sweeney that tied this game back in the 8th.
And the walk paid dividends for the Indians. You know, with Cabrera taking off and Kearns taking off, Kearns can slow down, maybe get back. But as far as Cabrera goes, take off. You're going to get doubled up if he catches this ball to begin with. He was at third base. As a matter of fact, almost after third base. And he could never come up with it. So watch. He sees it go up and he's thinking, oh, let's go. Keep going. That away. If he catches it, you're a dead duck anyway. You're not going to get back. So go ahead and score.
2 on now for Lou Marson, who looks at a ball up high. Jerry Blevins up in the A's bullpen. But the Indians have now taken the lead, and Chris Perez is warming in the Tribe bullpen. Lou Marson single and a triple and a run scored today. Runners go, and it's swing and a miss. Throw to third, and he's out at third. Kearns gunned down.
I don't know if they felt Breslow struggling with control. That was a bad pitch to swing at unless the hit and run was on for Lou Marson. And they're just going to try and create a hole on the infield. But Kearns is thrown out at third base. They get the second out. But moving into second base is Hanahan, still in scoring position.
The 1-1 to Marson. High, 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 from Breslow. Marson with a line drive base hit into left field. Coming around third base, Hanahan will try to score. The throw to the plate is not in time. Hanahan scores, and the Indians now lead it 4-2 as Lou Marson delivers his 3rd hit of the day. An RBI single to left, and the Indians have touched Breslow for a pair of runs here in the 12th inning.
Oh, yeah, nice at-bat by Lou Marson. A clutch 2-out base hit, and boy, he continues to hit left-handers well, doesn't he? A low fastball, the ones other guys have taken. And he goes to left field. You send him. Let's go. Force a good throw out there by Connor Jackson in left, but you can see the slide. In comes Hanahan. There's the insurance run. It's now a 4-2 ball game.
Well, the A's keep trotting left-handers out there. Gary Blevins is coming on when we come back. And looks at a first pitch strike. Brantley 1 for 5 today. Blevins for the 12th time this year. Comes in with a runner at second base and 2 down.
3rd straight left-hander coming into the ball game, huh?
Brantley fouls it back. 4 out of the 5 A's pitchers today have been left-handers. Brett Anderson, their starter, went a terrific 9 innings, giving up just 2 runs on 7 hits. Michael Wirtz, the only right-hander to work in the game, pitched a scoreless 10th inning. Indians scoring twice off Craig Breslow here in the 12th. And now Brantley is swinging a miss, strikes out. Chris Perez will come on and try to nail down the save and give the Indians their first series win in Oakland since 2002 when we come back. Back here in Oakland, 4-2, Tribe on top, bottom of the 12th inning. And coming on is Chris Perez, looking for his 9th save of the year. He'll be facing the top of the order for the A's. It'll be David DeJesus, Derek Barton, and Connor Jackson.
The 6th reliever by the Indians today. Coming into the bottom half of the 12th, but they have that one insurance run they got, a 4-2 lead. Trying to win their first series sweep here, first series here in Oakland since 2002. 3 outs away from that. But Chris Perez is going to have to do it against the top of the lineup.
DeJesus 0 for 3 with a couple of walks. Takes a fastball for strike 1. The 0-1. Fouled off of his foot. No balls, 2 strikes. Indians have now used 6 of their 7 men in the bullpen. The 0-2 pitch. Just a little bit outside. The 1-2 pitch. Spun him out of the way. Almost nicked him.
Boy, it almost sounded like I thought I heard something. It was close. He spins out of the way.
He throws it hard enough. You don't want to lean out and take one for the team really against him. Now the 2-2. That sailed on him. Full count. DeJesus, then Derek Barton. And Connor Jackson here in the 12th for the A's. The payoff pitch. He's grounded to first. Big hop for Laporta. He'll go himself to the bag, 1 down. Chris Perez, known by the moniker as Pure Rage, one that was given to him, and he said, yeah, it's okay. This is not really me. And he said, anybody that knows me knows I'm pretty laid back, pretty easy going away from the ballpark. But definitely, Rick, when he gets on the hill, there's nothing laid back about him.
The wild man with a lot of arms and legs coming at you.
The 1-0 pitch. We always enjoy our post-game chats with him too, because he talks about as fast as he pitches in terms of velocity. The words come flying out of his mouth.
Yeah, he's just, sometimes you have to back off a little bit and slow things down. When he gets into Russian delivery, he wants to end it too quickly.
There's a good fastball for a strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Roll off the foot of Barton. The thing that we've always liked about Chris, I say we because I know you agree with me on this, is his confidence, his competitiveness, his fearlessness, and the fact that he's got some personality too.
Yeah, he's got a great makeup there. He goes out and he's going to leave it all on the field. And you know what? If he doesn't do the job, he doesn't make excuses. He comes in and give me the ball the next time. He wants it. He's a very good teammate. Guys love him, and you can see why. I mean, this team and the bullpen, people wonder why they started playing better in the second half. It's because of this guy right here. Because when he was able to close games and be the man, everybody else settled into their role, and they're very close knit. And this is one of the few closers you'll ever see that goes to the bullpen from pitch number 1 of the ball game.
A little bit high, full count. Indians were 35 and 39 after the All-Star break last year. But the confidence that those young players gained in the second half, they have really carried over into this season. Walk Derek Barton. One out walks can bring the tying run to the plate now here in the 12th. Brings up Connor Jackson. A couple of hits and a walk today for Jackson.
Now batting, left fielder, number 28, Connor Jackson.
4-2 Indians on top. Perez trying to take care of business here in the bottom of the 12th now. And gets ahead with the first pitch strike to Jackson. And the 0-1. Up the middle, and it's through, a base hit. Derek Barton stops at second. And things getting a little dicey now here in the bottom of the 12th. 2 on, 1 out. Josh Willingham will be the batter.
Ball out over the plate. Fastball right there.
Number 16.
Goes right back up the middle. A little off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they had to wait at first base. They didn't know if Cabrera was going to get there, so it was a little bit off the end.
Willingham representing the winning run at the plate now here in the 12th for Oakland. Perez will go back to work now. 14 pitches in the inning, 7 balls, 7 strikes from the Tribe's closer. And it's outside for ball 1. Willingham 0 for 3 against the Indians closer. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Popped him up on the infield, Orlando Cabrera. 2 down. And that brings up Ryan Sweeney with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 12th. You know, I think that's the one thing that we have seen over the years that separates closers from great relievers who can't close, and that is closers know when they're in the game there is no safety net. So if they don't have it, or if they get out there and they find that it's one of those days, they've got to reach down inside and find a different way to get it done.
Yeah, pitch your way through it. He had movement on that last fastball that he was able to get inside on Willingham. But this is a guy that's had 4 knocks on the day. 4 for 5 for Sweeney.
3 singles, a double, and a run batted in. First and second with 2 down in the bottom of the 12th. Indians up 4-2. All of a sudden you look up and there have been 21 hits now in the game. Two and 0 the count. And he missed badly. Ball 3. Just looks a little frustrated out there on the hill.
Yeah, he does not have his control. He is all over the place.
Told me the other day that he had a little back tightness that
12 balls, 8 strikes out of his 20 pitches.
hurt his ability to command the baseball. There's a called strike, 3-1. Some days are easy, some days it's a fight from the get-go. Here's the 3-1 pitch now. Fouled right back.
Well, look at that head start now. Both will be off and running.
It's been a tightly contested, well-played series. The Indians turned a 1-1 game into a 4-1 victory with 3 runs in the 9th in the opener. Oakland winning last night 3-1. Now the runners go. Payoff pitch, line to center field. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Tying run goes to third. Ryan Sweeney, his 5th hit of the day. His 2nd run batted in. A career day for Sweeney, as the A's within a run now at 4-3.
Well, you know, he knew he had to come into him. He's sitting dead red. He gets the fastball and it's right there. Swinging room. He wasn't going to walk him. And Sweeney's had a good approach today. 5 hits on the day, keeps it going. The tying run is 90 feet away. Manny Actor is going to come out and have a talk with Chris Perez.
Just a chance maybe to almost like a timeout. Just get him to slow down and take a breather. And Manny's saying, look, just forget about everything that's happened right now. Ball game's on the line. Ball game's at the plate. You get the guy at the plate, and we're out of here with a win.
We got Matsui pinch hitting now, huh?
Yeah, interesting. He's in a pinch hit for Kurt Suzuki. Even though Kurt Suzuki is hitless in the series, he has been one of the A's better players this year. But Bob Guerin waiting to the last possible moment to play his ace in the hole, if you will. Hideki Matsui off the bench here in the bottom of the 12th. Tying run at third for Oakland, winning run at first base. Matsui, first pinch hit appearance of the year. And it's low ball 1. Ready, he fires, and it's outside, 2-0. All of a sudden, Chris Perez has thrown 25 pitches, more balls than strikes, 14-11. The 2-0 popped him back out of play.
Now this is a 26 pitch to this point inning for Chris Perez. Had the night off yesterday. Had the night off, and I mean he wasn't going to pitch regardless. So this could have an impact on what happens tomorrow as well.
The right-hander ready, and the 2-1 pitch popped it in the air. In comes Kearns, out goes Cabrera as Drupal calls for it. He makes the catch, and the Indians hang on for their first series win in Oakland since 2002. 4-3 is the final score here this afternoon from the Coliseum in Oakland, as the Indians improved to 21-9. Best team start through 30 games ever. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Sure is.
The winning pitcher is Chad Durbin. He's 2-1. Chris Perez gets the save. His 9th of the year. Losing pitcher for Oakland is Craig Breslow. He's 0-2. With the loss, the A's drop back to 500 at 16-16. Time now for our KeyBank play of the game. Thanks for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeastern Ohio.
Well, Jack Hanahan gets his former team. It was a pretty good pitch. And Cabrera was off and running, and he just decides, I'm going to continue to go. It falls in. Basically, pretty much very similar how the A's scored. After a couple of walks, they got a blue pit, but that is going to be the game winner. Put the Indians ahead. They added one more. That's going to be our key play of the game.
So the Tribe hangs on. Good things keep happening to this club. They continue to find ways to win. A dicey bottom of the 12th, but Chris Perez pulls himself up by the bootstraps and gets it done. We're back with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. If you missed anything, stay right there. We're going to recap the whole thing.